Hi all, Jin here, and I'm going to break my only characters I purple rule for doing commentary and analysis since I happened upon Kam'lanaut's EX and he can be quite the kit to learn. So okay, for those rare people out there who actually pulled Kam'lanaut without knowing how to play him, this video is going to be for you. So it'll be like 2 people watching, right? So I mainly wanted him because of how little other people wanted him, pretty much. The more people bashed on him, the more I was more interested to actually use him. Because his kit seems pretty fun and he has some decent utility. And I need utility for characters I would only EX+0 which is what he's at for me. So I would like to try to use him somewhere. And supposedly, I mean, most people need 3/3s, but you know, you can't 3/3 everybody. So I like to try to get people with utility to use at 0/3. So let's quickly go over his base kit in a way that makes sense, because I'm not going to go over all the percentages and little details of how many brave hits and stuff. I'll give the link in the description below to the infographic that the Tonberry Troupe made, which is amazing. They'll have all the little details there if you want to know. But I'm going to basically go over how to play him and keep his buffs and stacks up pretty much, and his whole mechanic of his stacks, which is super annoying. So I'm going to ignore his C65 for now, just to go over how his stacking mechanic works. His 2 skills are ice based. And ignoring his C65, you want to open with skill 2, Esoteric Region, and it's just a single target HP attack that grants him 2 stacks of the Esoteric Region unique buff, and this will in turn grant you Brave Plus and HP Plus, each of which will grant you an additional stack when you use the Brave Plus or HP Plus. And aside from giving him Brave prior to the Brave plus HP hits, it also gives you Brave gain back of 20% HP damage dealt, which is important for him not to get broken, and that will be explained later as to why. And then after using his skill 2, you generally will want to go with his skill 1, Frostblade, which is a single target HP attack that grants him 2 additional stacks of Esoteric Region. So it actually doesn't grant you the buff, you will need the buff first. That's why you start with skill 2, and then you will get 2 more stacks when using skill 1. And then skill 1 will also grant you the unique buff, Intellect of the Xylart. And Intellect of the Xylart buff gives attack plus 30% and max brave plus 40% to himself. And then his Esoteric Region buff actually lowers all enemies' attack and magic attack by 10%. Stacks don't really matter, the potency is still the same for whatever stack he's at, so it's always going to be lowers all enemies' attack and magic attack by 10%. After you get to 4 stacks, you can actually just HP Plus or Brave Plus to get that 5th stack, but once you're at 5 stacks, you would need to use his skill 2 again, or his EX, which probably won't be up in time though, to change his Esoteric Region buff to his Desire of Providence buff. I'm probably butchering all these names, but it's okay. So now this is the buff you actually want to keep all the time, and this is what all your hard-earned stacks works towards. The Desire of Providence buff, it still only lowers enemies' attack and magic attack by 10%, but it unlocks all his upgraded abilities. And also of note, if he ever gets hit by an enemy with either buff up, his Esoteric Region or Desire of Providence buff, then the enemy gets a unique debuff called Addle, which lowers their attack and magic attack by 30%. So it would be a total of 40% combined with his buff already debuffing them, if that makes sense. But let's go over what his EX does first before moving on to his upgraded abilities. His EX, Great Wheel, is 100% AoE and delays all targets by 1, which is pretty great. It's slow unfortunately, but gives him another unique buff called Ducal Charisma, and that is a buff that gives the party 20% up attack and max brave, which is great. You can never have enough party auras. His EX will also refresh his Esoteric Region buff or his Desire of Providence buff, whichever one you have up. Also, if you are at 5 stacks of the Esoteric Region buff, as mentioned before, his EX will change it to the Desire of Providence buff, just like his skill 2 does. His skill 1 will not do this, so if you're at 5 stacks and you're spamming skill 1, you're not doing yourself any good things. And then once you're done playing with the stacks, you finally have this Desire of Providence buff up, and all his abilities are upgraded. Skill 1 becomes Glacification, which hits harder with more overflow and gives a 60% chance to paralyze. You will also get HP++ and Brave++, which are quite important to his kit as well. HP++ notably hits twice with 2 Brave hits each, so you can actually dump while at high Brave and do additional damage after. His Brave++ after use, which when used to break a target or on an already broken target, notably changes his Glacification to its plus version. You will improve the paralyzed chance from 60 to 100%. So technically if you always Brave++ before skill 1, he has pretty much 9 guaranteed paralyzes. Skill 2 upgraded is just the plus version of Esoteric Region, which hits harder and more overflow, and gives him 30% brave gain back of HP damage dealt. His EX becomes the plus version of Great Wheel, which just increases the AoE brave hits from 2 to 4. Now the big catch is that if he gets broken at all, poof, there goes your hard-earned Desire of Provenance buff, and you gotta start from 0 stacks and repeat the whole process over again. Yuck. But he does have an important saving grace. His C65 and Bloom, which you definitely need to get his Bloom, will grant him immediately 6 turns of Desire of Provenance buff and attack 15% up with his C70 passive too. So ideally the way you want to play Kam'lanaut is, in a nutshell, you want to open with his C65 to get his upgraded abilities immediately, then use his skill 1 for his other unique buff, and then just upkeep his buffs and never get broken. That's pretty much the bottom line. It's best to use his HP++ with the battery, and Brave++, you use it to avoid getting broken and or set up a guaranteed paralyze with skill 1. And remember, the Brave++ must be used on a broken target or break a target to upgrade the skill 1. His skill 2 is also useful to avoid getting broken due to the Brave gain back. And you do have 2 uses of C65, so if you do happen to get broken, then you can immediately get back the Desire Provenance buff. But if you're out of C65s and you get broken, then you have to do that whole stacking mechanic I explained in the beginning. So this will waste quite a few turns, and he's not using his optimal abilities either. Okay, so that's just his base kit. So let's just quickly go over his EX+. 03 gives 120% overflow and gives you now Brave gain back of 20% HP damage dealt, which is great because now his EX can help to prevent getting broken as well. And this is where my Kam'lanaut is at. At 1-3, it gives attack up 40% and max brave up 60%. At 2-3, it gives you 8 turns of Ducal Charisma buff, which is his party aura, and 2 stacks of Esoteric Regen. But if you're opening with C65 anyways, the 2 stacks are pretty much useless, but the party aura is always nice. 3-3 gives him increased critical damage and Brave gain prior and 150% overflow for his 100% AoE EX. So pretty much if you're going to use him a lot, you want his EX doing good damage, you want to start with his auras, you want his attack and max brave up, so pretty much you want to 3-3 him if you're planning to use him a lot. I'm just planning to slot him where I can in like Dimension's End or some things, or just for fun, so I'm definitely not 3-3ing him. But his sphere is quite nice. It gives you attack debuff of 30% for 6 turns when you break or hit a broken target at full health, and that's pretty much useful for anyone with the E slot. It's great on him too because it can stack with his buff and his unique debuff, and that pretty much will lower a 70% attack down on enemies, which is amazing. That's assuming he has that 1 turn debuff on them. He also has another E slot which you can use to add more utility to him, like speed down from Setzer or Titus, or just simply increasing his attack and max brave, because with his own sphere especially, he will have no problem applying debuffs to trigger conditions. And his A slot, obviously you can maximize his attack and max brave too, just assuming you're going full ham and have the best Kam'lanaut on GL. All the power to you. His arts are pretty straightforward. 108 is priority, with C50 or 330 being best secondaries. So let's quick pros. He has 9 guaranteed paralysis skills, which is no joke. 60% chance without the plus version of Glacification isn't too bad either, and more often than not his skill 1 will paralyze pretty much, assuming you have the Desire of Provenance buff up. He also hits decently hard with his HP++ and all his upgraded skills, and his 100% AoE EX also delays, along with party auras and nice enemy debuffs, especially if they do a lot of all attacks, then he can consistently apply that Addle debuff. He'll work well with Onion Knight if you have him built, who imperils ice for him. And for the cons, which is the reason everyone is avoiding him like the plague, is he pretty much needs to be babysat constantly to avoid getting broken. And if you're broken and you're out of C65s, you have to waste a bunch of turns rebuilding him to his max potential. His guaranteed paralysis means you have to waste a turn with Brave++ first, or you have to flip a somewhat favorable coin on the 60% chance. The EX also isn't very fast. His 1 turn debuff when he gets hit is just that, only 1 turn. But all in all, just to summarize, he's quite a unique kit with a nice utility and pretty fun to play. He isn't as bad as everyone seems to be saying, but he will require your undivided attention during play. You can run him with a tank to avoid being targeted, or a battery to help with his HP++ and prevent breaks as well. Warrior of Light especially is his best friend because he can protect him from all attacks as well. So with all that being said, let's see him in action a bit. As mentioned before, mine is still at the sad 0-3 mark. I actually haven't given anybody ingots unless I 3-3'd them, so it's either 0-3 or 3-3 so far. But it will still give you an idea on how to use him, because pretty much the playstyle is not affected by his EX+, it just improves him in general. I have yet to try this Chaos yet, but I did do the Cosmos obviously, so I have a general idea. But the difference between the Cosmos and the Chaos is they do resist magic for the Chaos, So generally you're gonna want an Imperaler, that's what they made this for. So obviously Ice is for Kam'lanaut, and then Fire, Lulu. And Lulu can Imperaler and enchant people through it, so that's why I can bring Serah. So hopefully this works out. I could bring Wall, but he's also 0-3, and I don't think a team full of 0-3s would work, and I also would like to play around with Kam'lanaut a bit without being super babysat by Wall. Yeah, let's just see how this goes. So we could bring Golbez because he'll Imperil also. Let's just do that. Bring Golbez. So let's give it a whirl. My only healing is Serah's Sea Sphere. Hopefully that's enough. We shall see. So 0-3 Lulu is gonna have to Imperil first, and then hit weakness after to get 5 stacks. This guy will start with C65. And S1 for his other buff. And we can put debuffs. And he's the one with the Imperil. We're going to get our 5 stacks here. And we shall go ahead and, yeah, let's Brave Plus. We'll get a guaranteed Paralyze. I'm gonna wound again. I don't feel like battering a 43k Brave guy. And I will just Brave attack here. Play a little conservative at the moment. Oh, he missed anyways. So I'm gonna go ahead and paralyze the guy that's targeting me. Let's see, can I jump? I kinda wanna dump this Brave first. Yeah, I'm gonna dump this Brave first. And then I'm gonna battery him with Serah, so it's okay. Ooh, this works. HP plus over here. And battery him up. They're gonna get the 1-turn debuff there. And since he has the debuff, I'm gonna paralyze this guy instead. Yes, stay on Lulu. Stay on Lulu. This guy's still the only one with the Imperial. Not like her HP plus has any overflow anyways. RIP. So I want my EX up, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be up in time. I'm gonna use a skill just to see if it comes up in time. And maybe a paralyze also. Yay. Alright, so let's imperil before my EX. EX, please be up. Oh yes, so this is good because it'll refresh my desired prominence buff. This is his only AoE Brave Shape ability, so it actually is not very good at crowd control either. Alrighty, let's go ahead and battery. Using too many skills here. Hit him with the fire. It's beautiful. I like that it's 5 hits even at 0-3. Alright, what buff is running out? Oh, it's just the enchant. Doesn't matter since he's ice anyways. Stump the Brave. That was good damage. That was like 75k. Let's wound him. My EX up. And yeah, that's HP plus. Serah will battery him after. I will just do a Brave Plus then. Oh, you missed anyways. Dude. Let's get my EX charging. Ooh, and then a nice 60% chance paralyze is working pretty well right now. So I will not kill him yet. Oh, this should kill him, both. I'll save it. I will save it. $30 turns for first wave, 31 turns. Not sure if that's long or not. We shall see how tanky these guys are. Let's go ahead and drop the Imperil. And let's go ahead and use my S2 to get some Brave Gain back. I'm not sure Serah's battery is enough. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to Moonlight here first. Oh, very nice. I will take that. Let's not get broken with her. She will catch everyone. So I do need to break them before I can Brave Gain. Too bad this isn't ice though. I am enchanted. Am I enchanted by fire? I am, yes, with their EX. So this should actually hit weakness still. Very nice. Very nice. Now poison them. Look at all them debuffs. My gosh. My gosh. I think my Paralyze will actually push debuffs off. Stump. I'm gonna avoid the break here. Let's re-enchant us. See, he doesn't have an AoE Brave Shave ability here. Let's see if I can paralyze one of them. Because I kind of want my EX to kind of keep coming up. Nice. Hey, I think I'm 100% with the paralyze right now. 60% isn't too bad. EX should be up after this. It's good they're not targeting Kam'lanaut, otherwise that'd make it more difficult. I'm wondering if I'm being too conservative or not. We shall see. Let's just dump Brave here. I think all my buffs are good right now. I'm gonna avoid the break. I'll let Cam break that guy, because I'm not sure if Serah can. She probably would have with the weakness actually. It's okay. I got this. Paralyze? Nope. The reason I don't feel like wasting Brave plus plus. Waste a turn. That's the problem with this kit. And let's battery him up. So far he's not getting broken. He never had to really do anything with his stacks, which is nice. This should refresh his provenance buff. So let's go at what buff do they have here. Yeah, let's just push that buff off. So I'm gonna let them both get broken. And Cam is gonna avoid the break. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice miss. So all of Serah's battery skills won't work, but this will. As long as it hits for weakness, it's okay. Very nice. And let's just avoid the break. I want to break this guy so we can gain Brave off of Serah's Moon Knight, so I'm going to... What buff is running out here? Enchant, that's fine. Gonna use this one. And we got Moonlight back. There's no way he's getting broken now. Still gonna prevent an HP attack though. I think I'm gonna have to turn up the intensity a bit here. So we're gonna set up for summon soon. Who am I switching out? I don't know if I want to switch out anybody. Look how weak they hit. Attack down and all the debuffs. Easy pickings. Yeah, not gonna use that. Yeah, the shield up. Let's use this. And wound. Try to break that shield. Nope, that shield didn't break. Wow, they're missing left and right. Let's go ahead and summon now. Or I'll summon after this. We will summon on his turn. Ooh, we get free paralyze. Let's go with the free paralyze. Get my EX up for summon. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's enchant everybody. Not like it matters right now. Ooh, nice launch. I'm debating who I'm gonna switch out. I don't want to switch out Serah because she doesn't have support, even though she is running out of skills. Time to start spamming skills though. Yeah, we need Lulu's fire enchant for Serah, so I'm gonna have to switch out Cam, I guess. Then I won't have to babysit him either. We'll not take this break. Let's go, Gobez. What a sexy voice you have. I don't even know what debuffs are on these people anymore. What debuffs are even on these people anymore? That's why I like Lulu's fire enchant. Her fire enchant from her EX allows everyone to be enchanted anyways. Let's brave attack. EX is up afterwards anyways. Very nice. I don't want to push off the darkness enchant, so as long as it doesn't go off, it's fine. Beautiful. We're gonna hope Serah can battery us all enough. Yes, that's what we'll do. Use her last moonlight. Sacrifice yourself. Whew, that's a lot of brave. Don't worry, we got this though. We got this. Oh, close. Oh, should use Serah's AA. Rushing it. I'm rushing it. You die now. Don't kill Gobez, please. Oh boy. Serah can't do anything about this. Hopefully this is not an HP attack. It's just enchant. Don't be an HP attack, please. And hopefully other poisons take care of it. Oh boy. Oh, we're alive. We're alive. Way to go, Lulu. Oh boy. Oh, that sucks. Oh no. I don't think Serah's healing is enough. It's not enough. Well, it's okay. The purpose of this video has been made. Time to just spam stuff. Hopefully you die. Oh my god. Die. Die. I don't think that was a great selling of Kam'lanaut, but that is how he works. And this team, I can have a better team for him because I got no healing, but it's okay. Hope everyone learned something at least. And I think Kam'lanaut's pretty fun in general. It's just, yeah, could be a little annoying to babysit him, but then, like, for example, Zach, he would actually do quite well with Kam'lanaut. Also, of course, if you were to bring Lulu, and double Areneas will definitely work. I think it's fun to try other kits and other teams, so if you're having trouble, just go with that. An Impaler Chancer with Arenea definitely would work really well. Oops, he has no spheres, but this is his arts after about 200 Idojas, so it's pretty good. And Serah, of course, is the best girl that she can possibly be. Lulu is not so bad herself either. But thanks for watching, and I hope this was at least informational and hopefully not too boring. And thanks again for everyone for watching, and I'll see you at the Pinello banner. Bye!